All right, so we did get a special request, a comment that said, "Hey, when you get the lights completed, do a quick video at night." So here's our 7 lights completed today. So happy about that. And we did have all the 2-meter overhang and column lights on for you guys. And see what I mean by this corner right here? A little dark, right? It's all illuminated here. But right here is where the padlock is, so we need a solar light there. So we're going to go ahead and get that here in the next couple of days. But they were able to get everything completed, so we're happy. So here's another item off the list. And we're just getting back from dinner here just a few minutes ago. So I said, you know what, while I'm here, I'm just going to do just a real quick video of the house at night. Haven't done that much. Just a few photos from time to time. So here's a look from the front of the house with the gate open. And then here's the look at the house at night with all the column and overhang lights on. And we took our scooter out to dinner tonight. We haven't been driving it much. So pool is nice and still. So there you go. There's our night look at our home. Hey, what are you doing? Uh-oh. I figure I reverse the table here. So what? You're planting? What are you planting?
Pineapple.
Oh, pineapple?
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice design around the rock. I like it. Yeah.
Some over there.
Oh, you put some over there as well? Okay. So this morning we got a little bit of a surprise. The caretaker who lives right over there, right across the street, he takes care of all the cows here. And then same thing with gardening. He does weed whacking and things like that. Keeps the subdivision looking nice. He was at our gate this morning, and very nice man, and he said, "Wilma, I want to give you some plantings of pineapple." Yeah. So that surprised us. We're very happy. So Wilma immediately said, "Okay, I'm gonna dress up and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna plant them right away." So there's Sandy. She's doing good, guarding the property. Best guard dog there is. So yeah, that's a nice nice design you got, going all the way around the rock.
They grow good around the rock.
Okay, they grow good around rocks. Okay, so you got them spaced out nice. And did you go all the way around?
Yeah.
I like your outfit.
Trying to cover up from the sun.
Yeah, try to cover up.
Yeah.
So you're the cutest looking gardener I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know about that.
You win. Oh yeah, you got all the way around. Very nice. I like it. So we haven't gone to the nursery yet because we still have projects to do. But we're getting closer. So they did get the 7 columns completed. So they did pull the wire through. So let me show you what they did. They had no problem getting down this column and making this turn and then coming across. But do you see where they had to chip out a little bit? Right here. Fresh concrete down this column and then just turn a little bit. So the obstruction, and we tried everything. We tried my shop vac with suction. We tried the blower, which I think I put on camera last video. It wasn't allowing air to go through here. Just didn't work. So they came back the next day and they worked on it for about a half an hour, and then the guy came to me and said, you know, I can just chip this out and in 1 hour get it done. So I said, go for it. So, you know, we didn't have to do any obstruction here, digging out any concrete. So happy about that. But they did just chip this out. And they have their cutter, so they cut straight lines, and then they just go through and chip out enough room and putting a new conduit up this column, and then run the wire. So they were able to just run it this way and get to here, and then they had to put new going up. So got it done. That's the main thing. So we're happy about that. So my project today is to put a little skim coat on here, let it dry, dries real quick, and paint it. And then up at the house, same thing. I'll show you in a minute. And then out here with electrical, I'll have to bury this, the conduit under this rock. So that's no big deal. Hopefully I can video this, because I don't have the gate open yet this morning. Push through. So see right there? That's where the conduit comes up. So there's two lines run. There's two lines coming down. So there's 4 electrical wires that come through from the house with 2 switches up at the house. One electrifies the 7 lights, and we'll have my waterproof outlet at the end. And then the second one is 20 amp, and it will be right here for the future gate opener. So the electric for the gate opener is run. It's just in this column, so we'd have to run it back through with another conduit and hardwire it into the motor. So that's ready to go. So that's going to be my project today, is to paint those areas. At the top of the driveway here, as you enter the carport, here's the electrical work that they just completed. So there's a 2-gang switch here. So one switch is for the 7 lights out front, which we're gonna have to put a timer on that. So I'm gonna be working on that. And then the other one is for the carport lights to illuminate the carport. And then you can see where they have a junction box and they tapped into an outlet here, and that goes down to the 20 amp capability for the motor for the gate. So there's 4 lines that run down the driveway. So another project off the list. Take a listen. That's the sound of my skim coat drying. I'll be waiting from here. So today I'm the one videoing you working. So you got everything into the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So you're going around doing some watering? Yeah. So what's nice about that hose is that's hooked up to the municipal line. That is hooked up before our pressure tank, our water pump, and our storage tank. So she can use water all day long and it will not kick on our pump or use our pressure tank or use our water that's in our storage tank, because we tapped into the line before that. So it's not a lot of pressure, as you can see. Yeah, but it's good enough to water. And the hose is definitely long enough, because we bought 100 meters, and it's you know, it's hooked up before, so we're just using a municipal pressure, which is basically probably just the pressure of the water rushing down the mountain. But another fantastic day. I mean, it's got to be day, I don't even know, 20, 24, 22, 23 days, no rain, just not a drop. So definitely in the heat of summer, and I can definitely feel it as you're working, as I was doing the skim coat today.
You should be wearing your hat.
I know, I don't have a hat on, I know.
You're gonna get burned.
Yeah, I'll get burned.
Baguette haircut.
What is it called?
Baguette.
Baguette haircut? Tagalog for a teenager kid haircut? Yeah, I'm not going back to him no more. So, yeah, you did good here.
Yeah.
And you said you put some over here? Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't notice that. All in front of the rock wall. Okay. And what is this over here? Is this lemongrass?
Yeah, that's lemongrass.
That's lemongrass right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Lemongrass. Just 2 of them for now. I know they grow like crazy.
Yeah.
They do take off. So I think my next project, after I get the all the skim coat done and painted today, I think I may start cleaning this up and doing some power wash. Because I got to power wash the carport anyway, getting ready for the seal coat. So I'm thinking about coming up here and doing a power wash and see what it does. I mean, look at the dirt that's in there. I want to get all that cleaned up and see how nice we can get these rocks to come. I mean, there's some paint on the rocks. So I just want to try to clean that up. So you, without going to the nursery yet,
Not yet.
we got to go next week. We have 2 weddings and 2 subscriber visits in the next, what, 5 days?
Next 5 days.
And then you got to get your hair done before the wedding tomorrow. So we got like the next 5 days we're busy.
Book.
Yeah, we're booked. And then maybe that 6th day, which is puts us around Wednesday or Thursday of next week, we can get to the nursery.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. So what I did this morning is I did the skim coat. Now it's still drying, but I just didn't want to paint over the concrete. I could have, and you know, it's a column out here. No one's going to know. But why not try to do it as nice as possible? So it's starting to dry. It's a nice skim coat, and it will just make the painting go much easier. And I did the same thing in the other 2 areas. Mixed up some skim coat, and I put 3 layers. It dries so quick. I mean, in between layers was maybe 5 to 8 minutes as I went from one area to the next. So see right here. And it smooths out some of the imperfections to some degree. I'll do a light sanding. I'm not going to go crazy. Again, you're not going to notice it once I paint it white, but just trying to make it as nice as possible. And I'll go ahead up the driveway and show you the skim coat that I did up there. So here's the 3rd spot up by the house. Again, just 3 layers of skim coat. You can still see it's wet. It's you know, got that yellowish tinge to it. I'm going to let it dry for maybe 2 hours. I mean, it's dry to the touch right now, but I'm going to wait for it to turn white. And then once it turns white, I'll put probably 2 or 3 coats of paint. And this is what we used on the house. Latex paint, flat white. This stuff is pretty watery, but it does help. The flat does definitely help with the imperfections of the concrete. So this is what I'm using to paint over those patches. All right, the moment that many of you have been asking about, but before we show you Wilma's near completed walk-in closet, I've been getting some comments on the fan. So that fan's been up for a while. And we brought that from the US, and we recently installed this one a little larger to give a little color. And we are decided with the china cabinet, we made the decision that we will absolutely go with the same color as the barn door, and the same type of wood. So without further ado, take a walk around. Look at, I love the smile. Look at that smile. So Wilma's walk-in closet. So guys, you know the trials and tribulations. You guys know the story. So I don't need to talk to you about the story, but I just want to show you just a couple of things. This is not the design that we asked for. And I'll just tell you a couple of things. There is supposed to be an additional shelf here. So this is the correct height. This was supposed to come down to match this on the sketch that we all agreed to. And then there was going to be another shelf about here. So this one was supposed to drop down, and there was supposed to be another shelf here to go all the way around to give us just some more storage. And then on this side, we were just going to have the one shelf, eliminate this shelf for dresses. We wanted one area, you know, for Wilma to put her dresses, and it never happened. So here's her dresses kind of squeezed in over there. So not only did they take 3 months to build it, it's not the spec. Now also, these two cabinets, this one here and this one here, was about 6 inches higher. 6 inches higher than the rest. So when we stood them side by side, they were higher. And also this middle piece wasn't in the design. They just did it on their own to say, you know, we can't make it that wide. We want to cut it in half. So we're dealing with having this, you know, midsection. So, you know, enough complaining. So, what do you think?
Functional, but
yeah,
it's not what we originally designed.
Correct. Yeah, it's definitely functional, and it's all screwed into the wall. So it's sturdy. So we're dealing with it. We're making the best of it. It actually doesn't look that bad unless you get real close. But definitely it's holding our clothes, and you know, we're as satisfied as we need to be. But I just wanted to also say that this is not our design. We designed it, you know, definitely different. Wanting to have one area for dresses, and then having an extra shelf, you know, just so we can store things, not, you know, store things so high. We wanted just an extra shelf, but it just didn't happen. And at that point, when they brought it up on site, walk over here because we got the sun right there. So when they brought it up and we looked at it, and we brought out our sketches because we gave a copy of the sketches to the owner.
Yes.
And the guys that were on site building it said, "What sketches?"
They don't even know what it is or where it is.
Yeah. And I said, "Well, how did you build this if you didn't have a sketch?" And he said, basically, they just winged it. So, and actually also just came to mind, remember it was about a foot too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, when they built this, these two pieces here, we measured it, and it was about a foot too long. So what they had to do is all these pieces here, they had to cut a foot off because it was way out to here. It would never have fit. So not only were they too high, missing a shelf, the whole piece was a foot too long. So they definitely didn't use the sketches.
No, they don't even, they've never seen it.
Yeah.
So I guess the owner either
just didn't give it to him.
Did not give it to him, or
yeah.
I don't know what he did with it.
I mean, they must have had something because they designed it close. Yeah. So maybe it was a different guy who did the cutting.
Who started it.
And then these guys came in after the fact and then just was never handed the sketch. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Because, and also, they built this at 3 drawers. It was supposed to be 4. Yeah. And I said, you know what, we're not going to go and allow that to happen. I mean, we let everything else go. But I said no. So they actually was building this for 3. And I said to them, no, it needs to be 4. So then they had to cut everything down to make 4. So that's what took so much time. Yeah, extra time. And then they had to go back to the store because they only had 6 poles. Yes. They had to go buy 8, 4 and 4. And then the slides, they only had 6. Yeah. Then I had to go back and buy. So that, you know, took a couple more days. So, yeah, it's just a challenge. So I said that once it was all said and done, we would give a quick video. And I promise, guys, this is the last time that I will show you this room. But we got through it. We have some good stories to tell. And we'll move on to the next potential dilemma that we may have. All right, so what do you think? Not bad, right? Even the junction box painted up nice. So if you didn't know it, you would know there was a repair there. Same thing with the column. A couple coats of paint. And I did get out the sand dune that I had and painted here as well. That's still wet. That's only a few minutes old. But that'll definitely fade. But again, If you didn't know it, you wouldn't know there was a repair. Another item off the list.